April, and for your April Video Kit Club, we are going to be featuring this beautiful Christmas Baubles stamp set. It is just gorgeous. The amazing things that our designers have done with this stamp set will just blow your mind. But I'm going to take it in a different direction, also inspired by one of our fabulous designers, Jessica. You know who you are. And she created a lantern design using this stamp set. So I did a little spin off her creation, and this is what we're going to be doing with this fantastic bauble set. So I've got the cherry blossom background, which is the beautiful cardstock brought to you by Photo Play, which you are going to be receiving in your stamp set, which is just in time for the cherry blossom blooming happening in Washington. So at least check out all the pics online if you are nowhere near that. And this is out of the Paper Crane collection. The Paper Crane collection, the whole collection isn't coming in your kit, but if you want some beautiful papers that will go nicely with the cardstock that you're going to be receiving, I definitely suggest you add that on. And speaking of add-ons, I was inspired by the beautiful Rose Garden collection, and this is the Nuvo Trio ink pad collection, and that is what inspired the color palette for those beautiful lanterns you see there. So before we get to our card, I wanted to quickly tell you what's in your kit. You are going to be receiving the beautiful stamp set, and this is by Fred She Said, just gorgeous. And also make sure you check out the digital version of that. You're also going to be receiving Black Shadow, this giant ink pad. It's the full-blown size, not a little mini teeny version. And this is the Nuvo Hybrid inks. What I really like about these is they dry fast and you could watercolor over them. So those are two bonuses. So if you are looking for a new ink pad, now is your time to check this out because it's going to be coming to you in your kit. You're also going to be receiving a 10-foot roll of the 1/4-inch Tear-ific tape. We've got Midnight Gold. I poured mine out for the video, but you've got Midnight Gold glitter, which is a beautiful glitter. And you're also going to be receiving the Honey Gold glitter, as well as some gorgeous cardstocks. By the Paper Cut, you're going to be receiving 3 beautiful colors. And I also wanted to show you, if you're like excited to see some other inspiration for this card set, I wanted to show you some things that our other designers have done. So this is by Erit. Isn't that gorgeous? And soon all of these will be up on their blog, so you could check it out. Check out the Sparkle and Sprinkle blog. You could see our stamp release, which is going to be coming out on the 10th. This is by Chris Etter. Fantastic. And then the third one that I have here is by Lisa Fish. Isn't that gorgeous? So thank you guys for submitting those. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments below. Make sure you subscribe and enjoy. Okay, to get started on the fun for this beautiful April stamp kit, we are going to be taking our hybrid ink, and this is the Black Shadow, and this is going to be included in your kit, which I am really excited about because it's a fantastic ink. I have also watercolored on top of it, and it does not bleed, so that is very exciting for a dye ink to not bleed when you add water to it. So we are also going to be using this beautiful Cherry Blossoms cardstock, which I love it, and this is by Photo Play. And you're going to be receiving this in your kit, as well as these beautiful, beautiful cardstocks. And to get started, we are going to be taking our Christmas Baubles stamp set. And like I said in the introduction, this is going to be fun and different. And I'm going to be using the baubles as lanterns, which was inspired by our awesome designer Jessica. So for all of the ornaments, we are going to be just using a portion of it. So you don't even have to ink up your entire stamp. So I am just going to ink just a portion of my stamp, and I am going to be stamping on this beautiful sangria colored cardstock. just like that. So you can stamp this out 5 times if you want to make all of your stamp outs for your cards right away. Also, something before I go cutting out, I just draw an X through my lines, knowing that I am going to be cutting through that. So knowing that this is going to be my image, I am going to draw little X's through these lines. So when I am hand cutting this out, I know that those are going to be removed. So I'm going to set that aside, let that dry. You can also use a heat gun if you want to speed up the dry time. I'm going to take my next stamp image, and that is this one here with the beautiful holly on it. And we are going to ink that up as well. And like I said, you can stamp this out 5 times too. And you are also going to be having a small one in that beautiful baby pink as well. So you are going to stamp it on that green as well as the light pink. So I'm going to stamp that out. And then we are going to do the third one, this double lantern, which it's going to be. My black shadow. So excited to finally have that in my hands so I could share it with you guys. And then now we are going to do our cutting. I know it's everybody's favorite part. So like I said, you can sit here and draw a line through everything you are going to be cutting off. So when you cut this, you know exactly how your cutout is going to be going. So I went ahead and pre-cut these. And now we get to do the fun part, which is going to be adding in our crystal drops. So I'm going to be using this beautiful honey gold, and this is one of the glitter drops. There are some brand new ones coming out soon, so keep an eye out for those. They have 3 new colors. And I'm going to be working on this green one here, but as you can see, you can go ahead and fill in the lines completely. You can add your dots if you'd like. You can really change it up as much as you want. So I'm gonna do my little green one, and that's what I'm gonna finish the design work on so you could see how it was done. So I'm just doing small little dots. And I'm gonna bring that up to the camera as close as possible so you can see I'm just doing a small little dot and lifting it up. Not like I do a big dimensional dot when I'm doing an accent on a card. I'm just squeezing out just a tiny bit and pulling it up. And then for my shadowing effect, what I'm going to do is squeeze a tiny bit out, and I'm just using the top of my crystal drop nozzle there to spread it around. If you would rather use a paintbrush, if you want to be super particular about where all the glitter goes, you can do that as well. But I'm just squeezing out a thin line, as you can see, and then I'm just dragging it across with the top of my crystal drop nozzle. So just like that, very subtle. And by the way, when you are doing a small application like this, it's gonna dry really quickly. So you don't have to spend too much time waiting for your item to dry. So just like that, I have my little glitter shadowing completed. And then I'm gonna go ahead and finish the bottom with the dots. Now, if you've never worked with a crystal drop, the glittery ones before, they are going to come out a little like a milkier color, but they're gonna dry completely clear. So I didn't apply a very thick application, but maybe you can see here, my lighting is super dark. There we go. Maybe you can see here, this one's dry, the one with the crystal hand here on my right hand. And this is still a little milkier. So it's much shinier once it's nice and dry. Okay, so once you complete and dry all of your ornaments. Make sure they are nice and dry. Then we can do our next step, which is going to be creating our beautiful glitter twine. So I am going to set these over here, and you are also going to be receiving your 10-foot roll of 1/4-inch tape in your kit, which is fantastic. I use the 1/4-inch a lot, as you guys know from watching the videos. So I am going to take about a 6-inch strip, and you're going to want to do about 3 of these. And I'm going to hold one end. It was very fun going to the last show in Irving, Texas, and demoing this, and everyone just loved the glitter twine technique. So I wanted to make sure I include it in this next video kit, and Jess did a fantastic job coming up with a really fun spin on something to do with these beautiful ornaments. So I got to incorporate it. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I cannot wait to see you utilizing this technique on your future cards that you post on the Sparkle and Sprinkle Creative Challenges page. It'll be really fun for you guys to add those. Okay, I am now dipping this into Midnight Gold. This is a beautiful glitter, and this is from our Ultra Fine collection. This is an opaque glitter, and it is just gorgeous. It's got that beautiful black and gold in it, and it's really pretty. It really flows nicely with the card. So I twisted the 1/4-inch tape onto itself, as you saw, and then what I'm doing now is I'm burnishing my glitter into the Tear-ific tape. So by rolling it in on itself, I am really making sure all that glitter is adhered. Once you've created your Tear-ific tape, what you're going to want to do is take all your little dried lanterns, and you're going to want to create a hook on one end, which is just by taking like 1.5 inches or 1 inch of your Tear-ific tape, trimming that, and then I'm going to take a little bit of my 1/4-inch tape, squeeze those together, flip that over, and attach. And now my lantern has a nice little hook on top. So you're going to want to repeat that with all 4 lanterns. Now with the bottom, with your little hanging thread, I just took another piece of my glitter twine that we created, trimmed that, and then I'm going to take the 1/4-inch Tear-ific tape, flip that over, and just go ahead and tape that down as well. Just like that. And if it hangs over, you can go ahead and trim it. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered. These could be nice little handmade paper lanterns, which they are. And then you're going to attach Craft Perfect. Has come out with some of these 12mm by 12mm dimensional foam squares. So I am going to stick one on, and you can now peel these off, or you can even leave them on. It really doesn't matter, but I'm just going to stick my foam squares on. So when I go ahead and thread them onto my lantern, thread them onto my nice little wire here, my glitter twine, I can also stick them in place. So what I went ahead and done here is taken a little bit of Tear-ific tape, and I stuck that about 1 inch down, and now I'm going to go ahead and thread my lanterns onto my card. So I'm going to take my first one, and I'm going to put that about there. Then I'm going to take my second one, and you can have fun. You can change the colors around. You can go ahead and do different colors. This is just a suggestion, and please, please, please go into the Facebook Sparkle and Sprinkle challenges and post what you are doing with your super awesome Video Kit Club creation. If you're modifying it, if you're doing the same thing, whatever it is, and post it, and you have a chance to win some Sparkle and Sprinkle money to spend at our online store. And like I said, this color combination was inspired by their beautiful, mine's all put in upside down, but the beautiful Rose Garden ink pad trio. Really pretty. I just love the color combination. So that's a really fun thing to add if you wanted to get a nice little ink pad. Maybe you could stamp a beautiful saying inside. All right, that is my last lantern. And now I have my 4 lanterns hanging in different orientation, which is really nice. And I am going to use another little bit of Tear-ific tape to adhere that. I'm gonna just add a couple more strips. And then we are going to take our card base, and I'm gonna peel all my Tear-ific tape off. Really fun with the Cherry Blossom Festival that just took place in Washington. So really beautiful to see my girlfriend posting pics there, and love that. All right, now to add our sentiment, I am going to be using the Celebrate from Celebrate the Season by simply taking my sentiment stamp and I'm placing it along the grid here so it's nice and straight. And this is one of the Tonic Studios acrylic blocks, which I really like. I'm going to be taking my black shadow ink pad, and it has a curved edge and it has 2 straight edges. So for this, I am going to be using the straight edge on top, and I am just going to be inking the word Celebrate. And if you get any of the ink on the other sentiment, the season underneath, you can just go ahead and wipe that off before you stamp it. So now I'm going to take the same piece of my green cardstock here, the same cardstock, and this is 3/4 by 1 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. Just like that. Let that dry. You can also use your heat gun to speed up the dry time. I'm going to go ahead and take 2 more of my Craft Perfect 12mm by 12mm foam pads to rise up my sentiment. Stick those on the back. Peel off the backing. And then on the back side of the beautiful Cherry Blossom cardstock, you have this really lovely pattern. So what I did is I went ahead and trimmed out a 3" by 1", and I am going to layer that right down there. And then got a little Tear-ific tape. Oh, sorry, this is 1" by 4". Helps if I give you the right dimensions. I write them down. 1" by 4". And I am just going to go ahead and stick that right about there. There we go. And then the last step that we are going to do to our beautiful Celebrate card is I'm going to take some of my crystal drops, and I'm just going to add a couple dimensional embellishments around my card. And then I'm just going to add a few here just to have a little fun. And you are all set. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to all of our fabulous new Video Kit Club members. I hope you guys enjoyed our April Video Kit Club, and I look forward to reading all of your comments. Thank you.